prosecutors cannot call those shot by Kyle Rittenhouse victims, a judge has ruled. And he also ruled they can call them arsonists, rioters, and looters. I didn't see this coming. There's been a few rulings in favor of Kyle Rittenhouse in these pretrial hearings. The trial, I believe, is what, 6 days?
November 1st, it's supposed to start.
November 1st.
Yep, any day now.
Oh, man. Jury selection is coming up. I was saying before that I thought Kyle Rittenhouse was going to get life in prison.
Right.
Because the jury is going to be unwilling to go up against the riots. When those riots happened in Kenosha, the only people who came out and did anything was, for the most part, Rittenhouse and the people with him, the militia guys. The cops said, thank you for being here, and gave them water. But do you think the jurors are happy about that? I'm sure they're just like, I wish there was no conflict. Now, if they side with Rittenhouse and those individuals, maybe they can cross their fingers that those people will come out and defend their neighborhood after the riots happen. Or they can say, he's guilty and he can go to jail, and then we don't got to worry about riots at all.
This is going to be a very important case because a lot of people are betting on this case. A lot of people, there's a lot of implications here.
Betting like in Vegas?
A lot of people are doubling down and investing in this, and a lot of people are threatening to riot. A lot of people are threatening a lot of civil disobedience. A lot of people are threatening to do violence to others if this court decision doesn't go the way that they want it to go. So you see this politicized in so many different ways. And that's why it's going to be so difficult to actually get true justice here, I believe, because of how many people from the outside are involved in this, how many people are investing into this. And what I mean by betting, I mean putting political capital into this, because a lot of this hangs in the balance of where this country is going to go. That's how a lot of people see it. And if they see if Kyle wins, this is going to be a plus for the right wingers. If Kyle loses, this is going to be good for the left wingers. And these are big sides that are mounting a lot of power behind this major court decision.
I think that it's right. He's a totem, and I mean, I don't have a strong opinion on the case. I mean, that's why we have an adversarial criminal justice system. The jury should know more about it than I do. But I do think the context of the case, this sort of like temporary collapse of civil society that happened last summer, is the context in which this all became possible. Is the context in which a teenager, justifiably or not, was out patrolling the street with a weapon. Like something deeper has gone wrong that you get to that point, regardless of whether or not he was justified in the individual shot.
Where you said temporary collapse.
Well, they aren't currently okay. They're not doing great in Minneapolis, but they aren't currently having exactly in Kenosha. They're having exactly the same level of rioting that they were having.
I think this is a symptom of the greater problem, which is the collapse of civil society. If you take a look at the federal level politics, if you take a look at even state to state politics, right now it just feels like the law is, if you are in line with the party in power, you're good. If you're not, you're out. Democrats control most of the cultural institutions, basically all of them. Right now they have Congress and the executive branch. And as much as conservatives people might claim the conservatives have the Supreme Court, it's still kind of an establishment conservative based on the Supreme Court, not a populist Trump supporting one. So what happens? Well, Alec Baldwin likely will, face no charges. Kyle Rittenhouse is facing very serious homicide charges. And the crazy thing is, there's a lot of people that want to say Rittenhouse is a hero. And I don't think we need to say that. I think the situation was bad all around and people shouldn't have been there. But it's hard to discern exactly, how it should have went down. I'm not going to pretend to have all the answers. But when you have someone like Destiny, who is the leftist streamer, he got banned from Twitch's partner program for saying definitively this was the clearest case of self-defense he'd ever seen, or something to that effect.
Right.
Like, the fact that they charged him with homicide and these very serious charges says to me they're expecting to fail.